was a young man named Uche. He was an engineer and was looking for a house to live in. For months, Uche searched and searched for a decent apartment that he could afford within his budget. But he couldn't. Either they were too expensive, and even if he saw an apartment within his budget, they were just not up to his tastes. Surprisingly, a few days later, his agent showed him a beautiful apartment that was huge, almost like a mansion, and it was up for sale for a ridiculously cheap price, and quickly he bought the house. Uche was excited because the house was beautiful and huge. He thought of the price he bought it and was proud of himself. Now he can live the life he wants. But Uche never stopped to wonder why a house this big and beautiful would be so cheap. He organized a housewarming party and invited all his friends just to show off his huge house. He even went to the extent of lying about the amount he bought the house to his friends. Some of his friends envied him and wanted to have a home like Uche soon. But later on, some strange things began to happen. Ever since he started living in the house, he had been having strange dreams that he could not understand. He was always seeing himself tied to a tree and then someone feeding him food. But Uche decided not to care or pay attention to the dreams. One day, as he was in his parlor watching TV, there was a food advert, and Uche was salivating over the meal he saw on screen. While salivating over the food, he said, "I wish I had this food right now." Instantly, the food he saw on the TV advert appeared on the table before him. Uche was shocked and confused as to how it happened. "What's going on?" he thought. Then he tried again and said, "I wish I had lots of different African food." Instantly, a lot of different African food appeared and filled all his table. Uche was surprised, but extremely happy. He decided to eat and eat till he was full. He wasn't even bothered or scared about where the food came from. From that day, Uche barely used his money to buy anything anymore. He would just wish for it and it would appear. He started wearing good expensive clothes and living like he was wealthy. And Uche decided to keep all this to himself and not tell anyone. It was a sunny afternoon and Uche was about to go out. Suddenly, a middle-aged man approached him and said, "Good afternoon, sir. Are you the owner of this house?" Uche replied, "Yes, I am." "But why did you buy it? Don't you know what happened to the other people who lived in this house?" the man asked. "What do you mean?" Uche replied, "We still don't know what happened to the former occupants of this house. All we know is something strange was always happening to them. They started living fine and wealthy at first, but all of a sudden, we didn't see them anymore. No one has seen them or heard from them, not even their own families. I will advise you to leave this house while you still can," the man said. After the conversation with the man, Uche still didn't listen. He thought about what will happen if he decides to leave the house. What will people say to him? His friends will probably think he has gotten poor or something. Uche couldn't bear the thought of leaving the big mansion to a bungalow or start house hunting again from scratch. It was more like from grace to grass. He decided not to leave the house and decided that he would be careful. Meanwhile, he was still having terrible dreams, but he wasn't bothered about it. A few weeks later, one of Uche's friends came to the house to see him. Uche welcomed him and gave him food to eat. But when Uche left the parlor and went to his room to get something, his friend saw his luxurious wristwatches and decided to steal one of them, thinking that Uche wouldn't notice because he has a lot of other luxurious watches. And he was right. Uche didn't even notice that that particular wristwatch was gone. And apparently, Uche didn't even buy the luxurious watch because he just wished for it from his mysterious house. Few days after his friend's visit, something strange started to happen to Uche. He noticed that he started smelling bad. At first, he thought it was maybe a spoiled food that was smelling, until he went outside and everyone was covering their nose around him. He quickly went back to his house in shame. The next day, as he was about to brush his teeth, he noticed there was maggots in his mouth. He shouted and washed his mouth multiple times. Thirdly, anytime he wished for something,
it will always appear spoiled with maggots or filthy things. Uche started getting scared and thought it was high time he left the house.
The next day, he went to a hotel, but the symptoms got worse. He decided to hurry back to the house. Uche wasn't looking good at all. He became thin. His hair looked unkempt. His body started smelling and bringing out pores. Then he decided to call his friend, Tayo. Tayo came to the house and saw how Uche was looking, but he had to close his nose because Uche was smelling. What happened? Tayo asked. Uche told him everything. Tayo told Uche that he will bring an old Baba who can help him. The next day, Tayo brought the old Baba. The man looked at Uche and decided to do some consultations with his cowries. Then he looked at Uche and said, "You shouldn't have bought this house. There are demonic forces living here. Someone stole something that you got from this house, and that is why you are experiencing all these attacks. The only way you will be healed is if you can get what was stolen and return it back to this house." Baba, I don't even know what was stolen or who even took it. Is there a way you can help me find out who did this? Uche asked. From what I saw, it was a watch that was stolen, but it was not revealed to me who took it. I believe it is your responsibility to find out who took it, the Baba said. Uche pondered on who could have taken the watch, but couldn't guess who. He called all his friends and asked them, but nobody agreed to have taken it. He kept experiencing various attacks from the house. And a week later, Uche was found dead in his apartment and his body had decayed. In this life, we need to be careful of things or offers that sound too good to be true. Make proper research, ask questions, and pray before accepting certain offers or things. Also, stop trying to impress people. You owe nobody nothing. The less people know about you, the better your life will be. The end. If you enjoyed the story, please kindly like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment.